Hi everyone, and thanks for joining me today. So oftentimes we work on scales when we're learning an instrument, and the benefits of doing so are manifold. There are a great many benefits. Two of them are, of course, to improve our technique, and another is to improve our familiarity with the instrument. Most of us agrees that working on scales can be very beneficial, but sometimes it seems like it's kind of random as to which one we've selected to work on. Maybe your teacher hasn't told you why you've selected this particular one to work on next. There can be different reasons. The reason may be the simplicity of the scale in terms of how many sharps or flats it has. It may have to do with how high it goes in pitch. The advantage of going along the circle of fifths is that it's very systematic, it's very logical, and it treats all the scales as equal to each other, which really they are. So if you've been following our video series, you may recall that our previous one talked about the circle of fifths, and the circle of fifths provides a great many benefits to us, and one thing that it can do for us is to provide a framework in which to practice our scales. In other words, start at the beginning of the circle with the key of C major. When you've finished your work on that, then move on to the next stop in that circle. That would be, of course, G major. And then when you're done with that, move on to D major, and so on until you've made it all the way around to the circle. Before you begin your cycle, it's a good idea to select one or two goals for the cycle. Are you going to work on 1-octave scales, 2-octave scales, 3-octave scales? Are you planning on trying to memorize all the fingerings? Are you planning on working on broken thirds? Pick one or two goals for that cycle before you start. Another thing to keep in mind as you're going through your cycle is exactly how many things do you wish to work on at each stop along the circle. Personally, I like to work on the major scale itself and its arpeggio. Then I work on the relative minor scale and its arpeggio. And I include all that at that stop along the circle. And when I feel like I've made good progress at that stop, then I proceed to the next stop. Given that there are a number of these stops, 12 stops in all, don't be surprised if it takes you days or perhaps even weeks, maybe even months to get through an entire cycle. I hope this gives you a new technique that you can take into your practice room with you. Give it a try. I think you'll find it pretty beneficial. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment on this video. Alternately, you can reach me through my website, which is shown below. Thanks again for joining me today, and I hope to see you again next time.